Welcome to Concept Being the podcast, where the intention is well, but let's be for real. Life gets a little chaotic, and so do we. And that's totally fine. It's fine. You're fine. I'm fine. We're literally fine. And we're all about finding the balance while staying honest with health, wellness, and all the juicy topics that matter. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Concept Being the podcast for the intention as well. My name is Jade, and I'll be your host for today's episode. And today's episode is all about the concept of life transitions, because life is transitioning right now and it's happening. But before we get into the main topic, we're going to kick things off with a moment, because why not? So first is a grateful moment. So I feel like I say this all the time, but it always the people in my life just really deeply always show up for me so well that I just can't help but say, God, I love them so much. I'm so grateful for my friends and my family. It has really been a transitioning time for all of us while I've been abroad and just figuring things out. And I'm so grateful for the relationship that I have with them, because it has been a lot to, first of all, I've been switching time zones. It has not been a easy thing to keep up with people and keep the relationship going. So I'm so grateful for all of my friends and family. Every time I talk to them, they just pour into me, and I get off the phone. I'm like, God, everyone that I keep in my circle is amazing. So grateful for my friends and my family. They have been just a light, love them down. The next thing I want to share with you guys is a failure moment. And if y'all are listening to the podcast and not seeing the visuals, also we're on YouTube, but if you're not seeing the visuals, I just did the air quotations, because the failure moment really isn't about failure. It's about trying things. And if they succeed, that's amazing. If they don't succeed, you didn't really fail. You just tried something, and we're just normalizing trying things. And yeah. So this is going to be my failure moment, quotation marks. It hasn't failed. I do need to preface this with, it has not failed. It just feels overwhelming for me. And so I just want to share this with you guys as like a trying moment. So I have just launched my first offering for custom mini sound baths. It's called Vibes RX, because it's like prescription vibes, which they are custom mini sound bath doses. And it has been beautiful, but also very trying to be an entrepreneur and figure out what I was going to do. Y'all know I'm traveling, figuring out where I want to live and everything. But at the same time, I'm also working on my brand and what am I going to put out into the world. And so this is my first big offering, and I'm trying it. And I will not lie to you guys, because I do not want to paint this picture that everything was just like, I'm going to do this, and then I did it. Me and Chat GBT have really been going back and forth. I'm like, Chat, is this a good idea? I have mentors that have been very helpful, coaches that have been very helpful. But at the end of the day, it really is a, Jade, do you trust yourself? Do you trust what you're putting out into the world? Do you have the confidence to know that no matter what happens, everything's going to be okay? And that has been really, it's something. It is something, but it's officially out. It launched yesterday, which was Monday. Today's Tuesday. I think it's the 25th. What's today's date? No, today's the 27th. So it launched on the 26th, and it's out there, you guys. It's really out there. So if you want a custom mini sound bath dose, it's about 7 to 10 minutes with sound healing and affirmations to go along with it. And it's my voice. You have the option to choose what vibe you want. Like if you're like, I just want Jade to just soothe me and be like, you got it, girl. Or if you want me to be like, bitch, you're the best. There's options for that. So that is my failure / trying moment. It's not a failure. It is not a failure. And I just want to put that out into the universe. The only reason I felt kind of like, was because I pre-launched it, but it might have been my fault because I pre-launched it on my birthday, and I was just like, hey guys, does anyone want me to create it? But I didn't have any of the equipment yet. It was just me. I just was excited, and literally no one reached out. No one was like, yeah, Jade, I want one. And I was like, okay, heard. I did only do it for a day. So there was that, but that's why I was like, let me put this into my failure moment, because when I pre-launched it, and no one hit me up for it. So just sharing that with you, but we are still going to keep trying, and we're moving and shaking. So those are my two moments, and let's move into the concept of life transitions, because this one, I think, I'll be honest with you guys, at this point, the solo episodes are really just, what is Jade? What's Jade moving through, and what's relevant to me right now in my life? And right now, I am in a transition phase. And if you are too, hey babe, I'm with you. It's crazy work here. And first, a transition time could be anything. It doesn't have to be, I'm moving from being in corporate America to entrepreneurship. It could be, oh, I'm moving from being 29 to 30. I'm moving from being vegan to pescatarian. I'm moving from this mindset to that mindset. It could be so many things. It could be, I'm moving homes. I'm moving locations. You're in a transition. The life transition that I'm talking about is really the in-between, where you used to be at one place or one type of thing, and then you're moving to the next thing. And it's the in between. It is the in between where you started and where you want to be. That is the transition that I'm talking about, because that is where I'm at right now, where I used to be in corporate America, and now I am an entrepreneur, but we're still in the early phases of it. So I'm like, ooh, I'm still laying the foundation. And this is very much the transition that I'm talking about. And it just feels so uncomfortable and so just, it is a clusterfuck. It really is, because it has been me and my brain just having conversations, but also it is a spiritual experience where I am very much just, I have to go deep. Like, I have really been in deep meditation, and then I've been like, you need to work harder, and then it's like, no, you need to rest. It's been so many things. And so this is what this episode is about. It's about the in-between. One thing that stuck out to me when I realized I was in the in-between, because I will say, I did not realize I was in the in-between. Like, it took me a second to be like, Jade, you feel like this because you're not where you want to be yet. You're not where you were, and it just feels weird for you. You're in the in-between. And message came to me on my 30th birthday. As y'all know, I had a wild ride for my 30th birthday. But long story short, if you haven't listened to the 3-part episode of Jade and Bali, part 1, 2, and 3, go ahead and listen to that. I think it was 2023 that happened. But one of the messages that my spirit guides gave me was, things will happen for you in the in-between. And it took me a while. And when I say a while, I've been traveling, digital nomading for about 3.5 months. And I probably just realized I was in the in-between maybe like 3 weeks ago. The good thing is, good things happen for you in the in-between, but that's where you are right now. So first, you need to recognize that you're in the in-between. Realize that that's what's going on. And the next thing is, I felt like I wasn't making any progress. That's what the in-between is about. Like, you're trying to get to where you're going, but it really feels like you are pushing a rock up a hill and it's raining outside. And you're just like, why am I pushing? I feel like I'm not going anywhere. And I had to be like, Jade, do you need to just stop pushing? Maybe you should just take a break. And that one was a hard pill to swallow, because that's not something that I'm used to doing. Like, I'm very much used to just pushing things forward. And if it doesn't fit, you make it fit. And it's very, pull yourself up. We will do this. And I think I'm in a different chapter where it needs to be a little bit softer, and I need to rest, and I need to just chill. But that's something that people don't talk about. When you're in the in-between, you're typically taught you need to grind, you need to push forward, and no one really talks about, you might just need to rest. Maybe your in-between is because you need to rest. And I say that, and I want you to know that it's not the easiest thing for me to do. I'm not just saying it and I'm like, oh my God, I'm just gonna rest. Bitch, this is so stressful. Just resting. I'm like, I feel like I should be doing something. And it's a whole mental thing where you have to just relearn so many things. Truly relearning so many things. So in between, we're in the in between here. So right now I'm in an in between, but I have been in an in between before. And the one time that comes to mind is, it was like 2021. I think that was also an in-between time for me. And that was shit. And like I said, I will always be so for real with you guys. in every in-between that I have been in, it has not been just roses and daisies and oh my God. If I would just calm down, yes, I'm sure. But that's not who I am as a person. I'm like, I need to know, I need to understand, I need proof, I need all these things. And it actually drove me a little bit crazy. My recommendation is for you to calm down, but if you don't calm down, you're just like me. Like you're like, yeah, in theory, that sounds nice, but we need to go. And it was 2021. I was in between. It felt like an entire identity shift, to be honest with you. I had left the Bay Area, moved back with my parents for a little bit, and I was like manifesting this life, the life that I lived in the Bay Area the second time where I was working in tech and had my little high-rise apartment. I was manifesting that. But before that happened, I was in the in-between and it was shit. And it drove me crazy because I felt like I was supposed to be doing things. I could see it. If I could close my eyes, I could like see the outfits that I would wear to work. It was like I could like jump into like my future self and look out of my eyes and be like, this is the life that I'm supposed to live. But I'm still in my parents' house in my childhood bedroom. And this is upsetting for me and my homegirls. And so it was just an awkward place and I didn't love it at all. And then I ended up, there was a lot of crying going on, a lot of me just, why is this happening to me? I would like throw myself on the bed. I was having a lot of anxiety and it ended up getting just really crazy. I think one night I like drove up to the top of a mountain just to scream because I felt like I was just like, what is going on here? There's a lot of backstory to that, but I was in the in-between and the in-between is not for the weak. But I've prevailed. Okay. I did end up getting my high-rise apartment and my big girl job and all of those things, but it was just uncomfortable while I was in the in-between. Yeah, man. What do we do when we're in the in-between? Let's talk about that because now you know what an in-between is. If you're like, Jade, my in-between is not as dramatic as yours. Well, isn't that nice for you? Isn't that nice for you? My in-between is rocking my shit. So what do we do? I think for me, being in the in-between is first recognizing it, which I already said. Recognize when you're in the in-between, when you're in a place that you're like, I'm not where I used to be, but I'm not where I want to be. Recognize that so then you could at least start taking care of yourself. Be nice to yourself. Give yourself grace. You're moving into an entirely different person or an entirely different place or like it's a big change being in transition in your life. So just give yourself time. You need to like gain the strength to be able to be where you want to be. So give yourself time to build up that muscle of your new life or whatever you're manifesting or whatever. So do that. I will also say community is really helpful. And y'all know I have like a small circle, but my small circle, they're so supportive. And that's why I think I started the episode off like the way that I did, but they're so supportive of the transition and they are able to really give me, sometimes I need logic, but sometimes I also just need someone to be like, it's okay. It's okay for you not to know what's going on. It's okay for you to just go figure it out. Like you don't have to have it all figured out. Sometimes you just need someone to be like, just relax. So having community that supports you in your transition and sees your vision and rocks with it and is supporting you, I think has been very helpful for me. Okay. The other thing that I think is really helpful, if I could do it, I think it would be really helpful. This is, you know, when people are like, do as I say, not as I do. This is one of those things. Rest. Give it a rest. Just give it a rest. Just give it a rest. Might just need to take a break, maybe go outside, look at the clouds a little bit. I don't know, but give yourself rest and time. Like I said, give yourself grace to transition into where you want to be. It's okay for things not to be exactly where you want to be. Like, let's say you come up with, oh, I want to be here. It's not going to happen tomorrow. Give it a second, okay? One thing that I thought was really helpful was this quote that I heard a guy say, which was, maybe you're not late, maybe you're early. And so I kind of flipped and reversed that. I think I'm Missy Elliott, but maybe you're transitioning into where you want to be in life and you know where you want to be. And you're like, okay, I feel like I'm doing all of the things. What's going on? Why is it taking me so long to get what I need? Maybe you're just early. Okay. Maybe things are coming through. It's all going to work itself out. You're ready, but maybe you're early. Okay. There's nothing wrong. You're not out of alignment or anything like that. Maybe you're just early, bro. Like, relax, So just consider that. The other thing, okay, so everyone's different. So I don't want to tell you this is what you should be doing during your transition, but I am here to give you options. So for me, I have realized that my wellness routine and how I deal with stress has changed a lot while in this transition phase. It cannot sit still. I can't think I have a lot of just jitteriness where I'm like, what's going on? And I would love to, I'm just going to sit down and be still. I have been dancing it out like no one's business. I need to shake it out. I need to throw some ass. I think in the last episode I was talking about, was it the last episode? I don't remember. I don't think it was the last episode, actually. The last episode was about my 32nd birthday. But I have been dancing a lot, and it has been really helpful. And not, oh, I'm going to do a dance routine. No, just shaking it out. Not on beat or anything, just shaking it out, just getting all the jitters out. That has been really helpful. I also will link in the description box it's like a body shake that a person sent to me, and that has been really helpful. That has been so helpful. Sometimes I just feel like you can't just sit still sometimes. Like, I'm just like, I gotta get it out. I gotta get it out. And that is all coming full circle. I promise you, I do these podcasts and I'm like, wow, this is all making sense. But when I did ayahuasca and I got so mad, I was so furious that third night, and I was just like breathing like a bull. And I was just like, I gotta get it out. I gotta get it out. That was one of the lessons that I learned, is the anger and everything that I have inside of me, I need to get out. So all of that anxious or whatever, that confused energy, just shake it out. Just get it out. Maybe you need to do breath work and just breathe it out or something. Like, do what feels right for you. I'm just here to give you options. Maybe you do want to move slower. Like, I did yoga this morning and I'm like, yes, we do yoga. And then I come back and I twerk it out a little bit. Balance. You know what I'm saying? Balance. Do what feels right for you. I think that has been really helpful, is just physically moving my body. Maybe it's boxing, maybe it's just you going out on a run, something. Just do something to get that, what is going on? I'm just so annoyed that this is taking forever. I want to transition to where I need to be. Get that out of your body, okay? Get that out of your body. Also, my sound healing practice has really changed a lot. I go through phases. Sometimes I just need to just play the bowls and they're just singing to me. Sometimes I got to hit the bowls. Right now we're at a place right now where we got to hit the bowls. Okay. We got to hit out all that energy out of me. Okay. Because it just feels like a lot for me. So sound healing has been really helpful. If you want, I'm just going to do a shameless plug, but if you would like a vibe RX of just anxious energy, go ahead and go to conceptwellbeing.com, order one, 10 minutes. It'll just hype you up, get all that energy out of you, that anxious energy. I got you. I will do a custom sound bath for you to get anxious energy out of you. I got you. So if you use sound healing, and I recommend that you do in your wellness journey, hit me up. I got you. So all of those things are options for you to help you deal with your transition. It's going to be okay. We're in this together. We're all in this together. You guys know the rest of the song, but it's a great place to be in. It's really beautiful. I think that I always look back on the transition of me driving to the top of that mountain to scream off of it as if only you knew how things were going to go, you would have done it differently. And I try and remind myself of that. Hindsight is always 2020, right? You could always be like, that was a clear indication of what was going on. And I should have understood that this was my time for rest. I didn't get that. That's fine. Let's not put too much emphasis on that. Okay. We are doing our best. We're just chaotic wellness girlies that are just doing our best. And you might be like, Jade, I actually don't have that problem. I am fully relaxed into my transitioning phase. And I trust that everything's going to work out exactly the way that I want it to. And you know what? I do too. Not just for you, for me too, but sometimes I go back and forth, and this is why I'm a chaotic wellness girly, because sometimes I'm like, you know what? Hell yeah, girl. You got this. You're a boss ass bitch. And then some days I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I need an adultier adult to help me out with this one. So it really just goes back and forth between God complex and just slightly insecure. And it's something I'm working on, okay? It's something I'm working on, and I think it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But I know everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to trust that everything's going to be okay because what's our other option? You know what I'm saying? Let's not be haters today. Let's not be haters today. Let's not be haters today. Let's hype ourselves up. You're going to be fine. You're transitioning. You're going to get exactly what you want out of life, okay? And everything's going to go better than you expected. This is me affirming you, okay? Everything's going to go better than you expected it to. And you're going to look back on this transition phase and be like, wow, that was actually a really good time in my life. I'm glad that that happened. I learned so much about myself, so much about my intuition, so much about learning to just listen to my body, because your body will tell you things that it just has instincts. So learning to listen to your body, reading like signs where you're like, oh, you know what? Maybe that was a sign for me to calm the fuck down. Who knows? Okay. So it is a beautiful time. Okay. We're going to respect it, honor it, okay, nurture it. Don't feel like you need to push it along, because honestly, I've tried pushing it along. This is me telling you the truth. I have tried pushing this transition phase along. Like, I'm like, let's go ahead and get to it. Like, I'm trying to be there. Yeah, it's not on your time. It's not on your time. So you might as well enjoy this ride. You might as well enjoy this ride. That is actually, I think that'll be my closing statement. This is not on your time, so you might as well enjoy this ride. And you know what? It's going to be okay. If you're in transition, or if you know someone who is transitioning to anything in their life and they just need relatable content that, you know what? You don't have to blindly be like, yeah, hell yeah, every day. Send them this podcast, or listen to this podcast to remind yourself that, first of all, you're not alone in your transition. Okay. We are all moving and shaking to new places or whatever, new mindsets in life. And it is not always the easiest. It is not always just cookie cutter, perfect, amazing. It is ups and downs. And sometimes we feel amazing, God complex. And sometimes we feel like, what the fuck am I doing? I feel like, honestly, a little bit of a failure. There's no such thing as failure, though. We are not doing that to ourselves. But I'm here with you. I'm doing it. We're doing the things. And you know what? It's going to be an amazing story. It's going to be an amazing story when we look back on it. So with that being said, babe, hold my hand. I hope that you have an amazing day or an amazing night, and I hope that you are well. Bye.